Okay, guys, if you notice something different, another technical difficulty. I am no longer on vacation because I don't have good signal over there. Shit is fucked. Um,
Had
but
to fly that private jet thing.
I had to come into the office. Things just weren't going well for me. So whatever. I'm here now. I'm here with the co-commish. We're ready to keep going, deliver some power rankings and some matchups and pick'ems the rest of the way. Um, and without further ado, we'll jump right into it. So, um, on the left side of the screen, you guys should be able to see that we've got last week's rankings. We've got on the right side this week's rankings. We added another feature, kind of just tracking the progress. So if you've gone up or down or not ranked at all, you're going to see the difference here. But up top, we got Texas Chili Bowl, and we've got Bad Wolf, auto drafting, Travis, Nish, Lilchubb in that order. In terms of Texas Chili Bowl, the high scores don't stop. He's undefeated. He's got to stay on tap. Somebody has to prove it. That said, Bad Wolf did give him a run for his money. It was actually surprising. Like, it was impressive that he kept it as close as he did, because at one point, before Puka Nakua got in there, it was looking kind of rough. Like it could have gotten out of hand.
Hmm.
So ADF is in at 3, and he is just rocking and rolling still. Took down Goat King. Goat King tumbled out of the rankings. Chubb gone for the season too. That kind of factor was in there.
That's rough.
Man, the injuries this year so far have been
Difficult, man.
difficult. Yeah, they're kind of hard to navigate right now. So I don't blame anybody for struggling here. Um, Probably too something a little controversial, and I don't know if you would agree with this or not, but ADF is undefeated and has every right to be ranked higher than Bad Wolf. Um, so I would get that point, but I still give the edge to Bad Wolf because of points for, like, he's still scoring higher.
Hmm.
You go up against Chili Boy, you're in for a bad day, and I don't think that's going to change for anyone.
Yeah.
Do you feel differently? Do you think you would slide in ADF out of respect for the 2-0?
No, no, I would not. I think just looking at the points for and points against, right? I think Bad Wolf has faced tougher competition um, than auto drafting Pudley. So, and I think Bad Wolf has, I mean, proven himself. Um,
Almost 60 points in differential.
yes, exactly. So, I
Okay.
think that really I mean, I don't think Bad Wolf deserves to go down based on that.
Me either. Me either. I'm right there with you. So hopefully you guys agree. If not, we know you're gonna tell us in the comments. Um Travis jumps back up 2 spots after a convincing win, big time performance out of DeAndre Swift, buoying that success. Niche like fish dropped the ball a little bit this week, thank God, because I needed a win. Um, and then Little Chubb, and this will be controversial too, but you know you got to give him his flowers, because I think universally across the league, and you guys saw it on the show last week, we were dissing his team. Um, that team just doesn't seem like the kind of team that's going to be built to score points this season. But he's got a pretty decent points for, and I don't think it's an accurate reflection of his record. He's not wrong. He went up against a 104 with Nish, who Nish outperformed what he did this week. This week he went up against Travis, who outperformed what he did last week. Like everybody's get right game is Little Chubb, but I think there's some steam on that team. I mean, we already know he's all in on trying to win now. I think we're sleeping if we don't
Yep.
have him in the bubble picture. Do you have somebody else you would put in play? Let's say we disagreed about Chubb. Is there anyone else on your radar as like that potential sneaky sixth place team?
Um, I think Jay Molly maybe. I do like I do like the idea of his team, right? I think this year was supposed to be his year to definitely make that comeback. Bijan Robinson is him. You were hoping that Najee, Javante were going to come back. I do think he has that team pedigree. Anthony Richardson is looking like a top 10 player, assuming he can stay healthy. He's definitely using his legs. Kyron Williams um, is looking like the running back one. So I think every team had better watch out for Jay Molly. I think he does deserve to be in the rankings, and I think he'll show up starting next week, if not so, I mean a little bit later. But I mean his team definitely has the potential to break into those rankings.
134 max PF. He's higher than quite a bit of teams. So I mean, I don't see why
Hmm.
that's a bad call.
Yep.
Um, Matchups and pick'ems, guys. We're doing pretty good. Like we're like 7-3 and 6-4 so far this season. Come on, man. We kind of know what we're talking about a little bit. Um,
I mean, it kind of helps that we have that chili bowl
and for
prediction every single.
free squares, just like in bingo. Every time it's like, yeah, that's
So,
we get that one.
yeah, yeah,
Um, okay. There's again, we're mostly on the same page here. Bear with us, guys. There's just some guys whose matchups look really good. Um, so we won't labor on all of these, but basically, we're looking at Lilchubb going against me as one of the opening matchups to review. And I guess just a quick point that I'll make about that matchup is everybody has their best game against Lilchubb, so that's what I'm baking heavy on. But in addition to that, I get some substance. Ravens get Indy. Indy can't stop anyone. Fucking CJ Stroud put up fucking hundreds of yards on those guys. So what do you think Lamar is
yep.
going to do? So I'm leaning heavy on my matchups right now, and I like those a little bit better. He's got some injuries, like Aaron Jones. Is he going to play or not? Um, and if he doesn't get that start, where is he going to go at running back? So that's kind of what I'm looking for. That's why I get the lean for myself. Do you have any other items for that one, or you want to take over and do number two?
No, I mean, I'll add to it real quick. Brock Purdy does face the Giants, and I think Brock Purdy will be using his legs. Aaron Jones being out. Lil Chubb did use last week to pick or to trade with Nish to pick up AJ Dillon during that trade, so he has that backup option there. And Waller,
That's
uh,
Waller against San
that
Fran,
that's
Rashad
gonna be
White
tough.
against
Yeah,
Philly,
he
Mike
definitely has
Evans
tough.
against Philly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he has tough matchups, unfortunately, especially with his other running backs. But he does have he, he his team will show up, and I do think you have a lot of substance in yours as well. So I mean, it could go either way. I believe y'all's floor is roughly the same, but ceiling, I think you have a slightly higher ceiling versus Chubb. So I am going to go you as well.
Okay, matchup two. So we got the commish out of the way. The co-commish got to go up against Bad Wolf, who's been hot. And no surprise, we both have him. A little bit reasons why. Good matchups. It's a theme. It's a theme.
Great fucking matchups, man. Who let him pick up Nakua for free? For
Dude,
free?
and everyone's throwing against Cincinnati
Jeez.
right now. You always can throw against Minnesota. Diggs matchup proof, Allen matchup proof. ETN gets Houston. Mostert gets Denver. Like he's got
Like
some
all
good.
these fucking great matchups. And on my end, I mean, maybe you have something with Jerome Ford now that Chubb's out. Jameer Gibbs finally is going to be the RB1. I mean,
I don't know about that one. Tennessee doesn't give up running.
yeah, and but
Rushing.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
Tennessee doesn't give shit up. So, I mean, doesn't really help. And then is Joe Burrow going to play, right? For Cincinnati. And I mean, right now, Jamar Chase's upside has been locked up. So
It has been a
I,
rough ride. Not
yeah,
even
yeah.
bridge, not even crossing 40 yards in the first two games.
No, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I'm giving it to Bad Wolf right now. I need to give my team a stern talking to.
Really, dude, you should just trade some of those guys. Hit me up. Um, Matchup three. I'm not gonna do it to my boy. I'm not gonna go into the details about why, but just Texas Chili Bowl is going to be Josh. I wanted this to be a Cinderella story season for you, but it's not good. He's this guy. I mean, he's got top five positional players everywhere, and that it doesn't matter.
I can see a world where Jay Molly pulls this upset. I do. It involves Chili
It involves
being closer to his floor.
it involves every player on Jay Moley's team doing better than they've done all year.
Yeah, sorry,
Start
bro. I
there.
tried. I tried.
All right, so that one's that one. Travis and the GOAT King himself. Here's where we're going to differ. We can kind of argue about this a little bit. I went the GOAT King again. I'm a sucker for matchups, man. I want you guys to play them. Philly goes against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's got a hell of a pass rush. They get after the quarterback. You figure they're not going to have a lot of time to throw. I don't think they're going to call A.J. Brown's number quite a bit. I could see that being more Devontae Smith this week. So I'm worried about Philly. You definitely can't start the running backs against Tampa Bay. Those guys are not getting any traction. Tampa Bay's in the backfield right away. Connor against Dallas. Fucking Micah Parsons is basically taking the handoff from the quarterback on the other side. He's in the backfield so fast. Like I hate matchups right now. That said, on the flip side, GOAT King Pacheco against the Bears. Deshaun Watson against the pass funnel Titans. Jordan Addison against the pass funnel Chargers. Like, I just see a lot of places where he can have some really good matchups. So I'm going GOAT. What gives you the confidence to pick Travis?
What gives me the confidence is I believe more in the players rather than the matchups, right? Sometimes talent wins.
Yeah, talent wins out. Okay, yeah.
Really, that's what it comes down to. Don't get me wrong, I love Dell, I love Addison. Addison's still not getting the or what is it? He's still the wide receiver 3 on the team. I mean, he's slowly getting those reps. Maybe is week 3 the week that, I mean, he truly established himself as a wide receiver 2. Tank Dell, I mean, everybody's getting fed on that team. There's no true alpha, and Tank Dell really hasn't shown himself to be the alpha for the team just yet. And they're playing a really stingy Jacksonville defense. I mean, you saw what they did against Mahomes, right? Yeah. I don't think CJ Stroud is Mahomes, as much as I would love for that to happen. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, but it's definitely not this year, right? So that's what it comes down to. Yeah. And I will say, Texas Super Bowl, calling it. And Deshaun Watson, yeah, Tennessee's pretty stingy, but I mean, this last 2 weeks, I mean, they've held some quarterbacks in check, if I remember correctly. Just last week was against Herbert, and I mean, they still did pretty good against him in that offense. And I don't think Deshaun is that quarterback. I don't think he's that dude. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
And the main event match, ADF, Niche Like Fish, 2 perennial playoff teams, 2 guys jockeying to get up there in the rankings. I think it's going to be a hell of a matchup.
It's going to be fucking good.
It should be. This should be prime time. And we agree. I'm not going to lie. Even right now, looking back at the matchups, I want to tilt and pick Niche. It's close.
See, here's my thing. Yeah. Waddle.
Yeah.
Is he playing? Yeah, he didn't do hot, but the thing about Niche's trifecta is that if it's not Hill, it's Waddle. One of them is getting those 20-pointer.
Right.
Pretty much guaranteed. That and Kyle Pitts. Is this the week that he finally goes off?
And I don't see it. I think the offense just isn't built to have the Kyle Pitts excel. So the reasons I'm not taking Niche is more so the factor rather than why I'm picking ADF. Because I don't necessarily love all his matchups either, but I have more red flags about Niche. I mean, if I'm gambling, I'm making the safer bet, and ADF's a safer bet. Because the thing about Niche is, like you said, Waddle. Is he going to play? If he doesn't play, the Broncos still have Patrick Surtain. They have a decent pass rush. So then you figure maybe they bracket cover Tyreek Hill. Maybe they double cover him between Surtain, and maybe they give an extra safety over the top, or a handoff between the linebacker and the short zone and like a deep safety, whatever it is, right? There's ways you can slow down Hill. And not that you're going to stop him, and not that means they're going to win the game, but just in the fantasy world, there's a world where Tua and Tyreek Hill aren't the reason why they win the game. Yeah. So, and if that's the case, that's another recipe for last week, you know? So Niche, that upside could bottom right out. He's going to be missing Odell. Not that Odell was helping him anyways.
Yeah.
And you know, his team is so centered on those guys. I worry. Baltimore's got a good defense. I don't know that Zach Moss is going to do what he did to the Texans to them. So those are my question marks for Nish's team.
Also, who do you plug in to replace Odell?
Can he play another tight end?
I mean, he could, Dalton. I mean,
you could. I mean, don't take advice from us, Nish, because we don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. Maybe Mingo's getting targets. I mean, you could play Mingo, but it's in the bad offense, you know. So how good are the targets? But what do you play? You know, he's got a decision on his hand. You know, does he want to take a shot on a guy like Hyatt, who might get a big catch and play the upside game, which I think is probably what he was shooting for with Odell, anyways?
yeah.
Or does he take some steady volume? You know, like I don't know that he has a steady volume guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nish. I'm not gonna troubleshoot for you, dude. You got to figure that one out. if you need a running back, come trade with me, dude. I got plenty. I mean, a
Yeah,
wide receiver. Sorry, that's what I meant.
If you need extra bench pieces, I'm your guy.
All right, man. Well, that's it for this week. Hope you guys like some of the changes we made. You know, the slideshow kind of visualizing some of what we talk about. I know some of you guys like that we're off the cuff and you just see us. But I want to try it this way, see if you guys like it or not. Let us know about the game. Did you like the game? Maybe did you get all the guess who's right? Like I said, I think I said this earlier, we're going to try to do different stuff at the top of the video. It's not always going to be guess who. But you know, just trying some things out. And Co-Commish, you got anything else for us?
No, just like, subscribe, and follow, and hope y'all enjoyed it.
All right, man. Please, if you liked it, give us the feedback. Let us know. Later.
Peace.
Don't look at that.